Students, in my previous video, I had covered up till line number 32 of Browning's famous dramatic monologue, A Grammarian's Funeral. So today we are going to proceed further. He was a man born with thy face and throat, lyric Apollo. Long he lived nameless. How should spring take note, winter would follow. Till lo, the little touch and youth was gone. Cramped and diminished, moaned he, new measures other feet anon. My dance is finished. See, as I told you people in my previous video that the disciple who is speaking about his master is full of so much respect for his master that actually they have selected even for his burial a place which is higher than the common plane. So here in these lines, the disciple is praising his master. He says, in his youth, his master was handsome and healthy, just like God Apollo. As we all know, God Apollo is the god of poetry and music, and he is known for his beauty. So the disciple says that their master was as beautiful as God Apollo. For a long time, he remained obscure and unknown. The master maintained a very low profile. He was very learned, but he never just went for showing off his knowledge. That's why the disciple says he remained obscure. But he worked hard to acquire knowledge. And he was so much indulged in the pursuit of knowledge that he never cared for the aging. Rather, he never cared for his beauty or for his health. So, the disciple says, in his youth, he did not know that the spring of his youth would soon be overtaken by the winter of old age. See what a great metaphor has been used here. In these lines, spring stands for youth and winter for old age. See, when we are young, like most of my students will be at present, so we people are quite ignorant of the fact that one day we will become old and we will no longer be able to perform the tasks which are very easy to perform at this stage. But none cares for that. Same was the case with the grammarian also. When he was young, he devoted his full energy to the pursuit of knowledge and never cared for the fact that soon he will be just getting old. At the touch of disease, his youth was gone, because as soon as he became old, he was overcome by so many diseases. Naturally, it's very natural that if you are not doing much of physical labor and you are all the time doing mental labor, so body will start decaying soon. And because of the process of aging, even the grammarian also became a victim of so many diseases, and very soon his youth was also gone. So when he lost his power and energy and his skin became shrunken and he was withered and his power and energy were diminished, he never cared for these things. He rather never complained for these things. He never groaned. Rather, he said that his career was over, and now others should take his place and dance their own dance. See, he was very wise. He never complained for anything. He knew that he is getting old, and now his you can say spell of that power and vigor is over, and he calmly accepted this fact. He never groaned, he never complained for this, and rather he made place for the you can say younger generation. And he says that now my work is over, whatever I wanted to do is over now, and now it is time for somebody else to take my place. And he says, "No, my dance is finished." That means here dance here stands for work. He was very much aware of the fact that now his whatever he wanted to do, that spell is over, and it is time for others to take up the place. Now this is very important to you can say fact, which reflects the personality of the grammarian, that he was very calm and composed. Normally what happens, people do not want to accept this fact that they have grown old and now they cannot do the labors that they used to do. It is very hard for a person to accept this thing, to come to terms with this fact. But the grammarian was somewhat different. He calmly accepted this thing and made place for others. Let's proceed. Now, no, that's the world's way. Keep the mountainside, make for the city. He knew the signal and stepped on with pride, over men's pity, left play for work, and grappled with the world, bent on escaping. Now here the disciple, as I told you in a dramatic monologue, the speaker generally makes the readers aware of the presence of listeners by just saying some such sentences in which it is very clear that somebody is listening to the fact to whatever he is saying. So similarly here also the disciple is guiding, or rather telling the fellow disciples to move upwards in such a way that they keep the mountain side and move upwards the city at the top, towards the city at the top. Again, continuing in the same vein, the disciple says that the master knew that it was time for him to depart. Signal here stands for the approach of the old age, or rather the approach of the death. So the master knew that old age is the signal of death, but still he continued to work hard, as he did not want the sympathy of others. He never sought the sympathy of others. He was too proud and dignified for that. He did not rest or relax. It is the opinion of the disciple. He says the master never rested or relaxed, but continued to study and acquire knowledge. He wanted to understand the mystery of the world and human life, which has always eluded the grasp of scholars. See, he always meditated over those things which other, you can say, struggled hard to find but never were able to find. He just indulged to bear those facts which were unraveled by others. So he therefore led the life of a scholar, and he always indulged in those subjects which others tried to escape. "What's in the scroll?" quoth he, "thou keepest fold. Show me their shaping, theirs who must studied man, the bard and sage. Give so." He gowned him, straight got by heart that book to its last page. Learned, we found him. As I told you that he never relaxed, the grammarian never relaxed or rested. Rather, he continued to study, and he always was in the pursuit of knowledge. So he actually wanted to know the mystery of the world. He wanted to know the mystery which was hidden in the rolled up books of knowledge. in the very beginning, he is questioning knowledge, that what is there in the scroll, in the pile of papers that you are holding here. Knowledge has been personified, and it has been personified in such a manner that it is actually holding a scroll, and the knowledge, the whole you can say truth is scribbled on that. So it appeared as if he wanted to know the mystery which was hidden in the rolled up books of knowledge. He wanted to know the views of poets, scholars, and learned philosophers. He therefore led the life of a scholar and became well read in what others have said in their books about the mystery of the world. He always was indulged in studying, in gaining knowledge, and he explored what other scholars, what other great thinkers had said or written in their books, and he used to read them by heart. And he rather tried to imbibe that knowledge, and that's why the disciple says, because of this thing, finally he was a great learned man, and that's why the disciples, even after his death, are just remembering him with so much reverence. That's all for today.